How to repair a snake. In this video I'm going to show how I repaired this snake. I still have 3 more sections that need to be done, but I already made a repair in this part. Can you see which one is the repair? For the record, it was this one. This is the link that I repaired just now. So let's get to repairing the others. These are the tools that I used. Flathead screwdriver, an X-Acto knife, preferably one that you can push, scissors, needle and thread, epoxy, a clamp, and of course the snake. In repairing this one, the one that's missing is a transition piece, like this one down here, where it's got part of the dark and part of the yellow. So this one will be a little bit more obvious just because of the design on it. But I'm still going to do the same thing. So the first thing I do is I'm going to pry off the 2 next to the ones that are missing. And I'm going to use my flat blade to scratch off the excess glue and to make it nice and clean. Now that those are done, I'm going to set those aside. And now I'm going to trim this. I want to leave about 1/8 of an inch on either side. And then I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and just clean this up just a little. And do the same thing with this side. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to take my needle and thread and stitch it together. This might be a little difficult to show up close because it's so tight cornered down here. But basically, the same place that I came up through here, I'm going to go down through the other side at the equal amount. That'll keep it from shifting. This is the bottom. I'm going to snug this up and tie it off. Okay, so now that it's joined together, and one of those pulled clean, so I'm going to put another stitch in it. It's hard to do in front of the camera. I'll be right back. Okay, so now I've got it stitched together in there. So now I'm going to mix a little bit of this epoxy. And of course the phone rings. Hang on. Okay, that was a short phone call, but while I was on it, I would just mix these two sides together. And then I'm going to put it inside this gap. On both sides. And then a thin layer on this. Make sure you're putting the right side up. This is the bottom of the snake. I'm going to turn it over. Like I said, the pattern is a little bit off. Try to get the pieces where I want them. Make sure this clamp is pretty strong. And then clamp it together. Now don't touch it for 20 minutes. Upon closer look, I noticed that these two were actually on the wrong sides. There's a taper to the snake, and these were tapering in the wrong direction. So I turned them around. So you can already see they already look much better. And since this epoxy is still fairly new, I got a little bit of wiggle room to work with it. There we go. Now we're going to let it set for 20 minutes. It's now been 20 minutes, so let's test it. Seems to be doing quite well. Now it should set for at least 24 hours to completely cure. But in the meantime, I get to work on the other areas that are messed up. I have 2 more areas to do. One is right here at the head and one right there. I would do them all at the same time, but this is the only clamp that I have right now on me, so I can only do one at a time. Also, there may be better glues out there for this, but this is what I had that would work the best right now without having to go out and buy anything new. And with the head, of course, I'm not going to separate the head. I'm going to separate these two. Oops. This is the only one that's really easy to spot because it was missing 2, and so the pattern doesn't match. But other than that, I think it was a success. And that is how you repair a snake. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you like these videos. Thank you.